with it, King? What's up with it, Queen? You already know who it is. You tuned in to the Fantastic Force. This is the Living Purpose Podcast. I am your host, Demont Pope, aka Mr. Purpose Over Pointless Excuses. Yeah. Also, we have Brad Butler, the second, aka B-Rad the Great. And you know, we got Logan Taylor, aka YB Normal, when you can be extraordinary. And don't forget, Cornelius Shackelford, aka Cornelius, the CEO. Listen, you're tuned in right now with the Force, and all I want to know is how is everybody doing right now, fellas? How we doing?
I'm feeling good. The good Lord is working on our patience, I believe. So I think it only makes sense. It's only apropos for us to, talk about patience this week on the podcast. I think that all four of us have been tested in our patience. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Logan more than everybody right now.
Yeah, right. He's stressing.
Way more than me, bro.
Under pressure. Under
I'm
pressure.
hot, bro. But listen, man, I'm grateful more so than anything. Like always, y'all always know, man. I'm just always in a grateful space, man, and I'm gonna continue to stay there no matter what, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what I'm facing. So even though I'm frustrated, even though I'm annoyed, even though I'm irritated, I'm still grateful through it all. So it's a lesson I got to learn through something. So let's figure out what it is.
Yeah. That's a right now. That's a right now lesson. That's a right now word. I dig it, man. Cornelius, how you feeling, my bro?
Man, I feel great, man. I feel great. I'm a little tired, but we making it happen. We swagging through it. So yeah, it's a great day. I think it's gonna be a great podcast. Great topic. Ironically, we picked patience before any of this happens.
Yeah.
So let's ride.
Let's ride, man. Look, man, I definitely can relate and I definitely can agree, man, because what better way to kick off the podcast episode where we talking about patience? It's funny how we can delve. It's funny how you can't talk about something unless you first go through something. So in order for us to get to this topic, we had to go through the issue of our patience being tested, right? So without any delay, we finna jump right off in here. And Cornelius, what I want to know is with the pressure of patience, first of all, we're going to talk about what the definition is. You know, I always got to check in with my partner, Google. So I called Google up today and my homie picked up and he was like, what you want to know? I said, I need to know a little bit about patience. And he said, okay, so I got you. So he told me this: patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay. And that's what we had to experience prior to jumping on, right? We had to accept, right? We had to have the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, not just delay, but trouble or suffering without getting angry or upset, right? That patience, it kind of sounds like a little bit of self-control if you really ask me. You know what I'm saying? It's the ability to tolerate pressure, in other words, right? When things ain't really going your way, you got a plan, right? You saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But then, boom, something happened and it alters the flow of the day. Like, do you have the capacity to tolerate that? Do you have the ability to maintain composure without getting upset? What's up, Cornelius? How you feel about this patience word that we've been throwing around tonight?
Man, like life is about patience. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really don't have patience, man, you just gonna have a rough go at it, right? Because you walking around expecting instant gratification, expecting things to happen in your timing, and things almost never happen in your timing. And so you gotta have patience to really, really exist in this world, to not go crazy, right? To not lose your mind, because like there's things that we all go through that we don't, most of the time we don't understand why we going through them. But if we don't have the ability to be patient, then I mean it's just gonna be a much worse, situation. It's gonna be a much worse experience if you don't have the ability to be patient and kind of see this thing through. Kind of look at the different scenarios, look at the different variables of what's going on, instead of just reacting out of anger and impatient. You can sit down, and a lot of times you can teach yourself a lesson or just learn from your environment if you're able to just step back and be patient.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love it. And I like how you mentioned the different scenarios, how you got to look at different scenarios. I'm looking at it like an opportunity, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we know the right amount of pressure can burst the pipe, but we also know that the right amount of pressure could also produce diamonds. You get what I'm saying? So it depends on what you allow the pressure, or it depends on if you allow the pressure to use you, or will you leverage the pressure? Does that make sense? Because some of us, we allow the pressure to use us, and we allow the pressure to get us in our feelings and in our emotions. Or maybe that's just me, fellas. I can't really point out nobody else's flaw. That's just me. I know sometimes I've been known to give in a little bit under the pressure. That was before I was wise. That was when I was a little ignorant. That when I was a little inexperienced, right? But see, now I'm wiser. I got a little more information, right? So now I know that this patient thing is key. Because guess what? In order for us to be successful in anything, whether it be life, whether it be marriage, whether it be business, whether it be family, or whatever it may be, we got to be patient, because it takes patience to grow. It takes patience to get from one step to the next step, from one level to the next level. And then when we talking about having the capacity and the ability to tolerate, right? To tolerate struggle, to tolerate suffering, to tolerate things being thrown at you out of the blue, right? Without losing control, without getting angry, without getting upset, right? So Logan, I want to hear from you right quick. Like, let's talk about how you feel about this patience. Like where you at with it right now?
Man, you know, for me, patience was that was something hard to do in regards to just life in general, right? Like, I mean, just I remember as a kid, I used to want to take shortcuts and think that that would help me get to my destiny quicker. Not realizing that, no, Logan, the elevator's broke, so you got to take the steps, and your foot has to hit every step. You can't skip. You know what I'm saying? You can't skip the first step and the third step to get to the seventh step. Like, it don't work like that. And so, you know, I realized, like, when it came to patience, like bro, like, that's a part of the process. That's a part of the journey and reaching to my destiny, right? And so I had to understand that, yo, like, there's a few different types of patience, right? Like, there's an interpersonal patience. There's, you know, life hardships patience, you know what I'm saying? And different things like that. And, you know, I had to realize, like, yo, like, I got to be patient. I have to be patient, because if I'm not patient and I try to rush to my destiny, I'm going to fumble it because I'm not ready for it.
I hear you.
And that's like some people in life, when they asking and they praying to God for different things, they like, oh God, I want this, I want that. But bro, you ain't ready for it. You ain't ready to be successful and travel all over the world. You ain't ready to have relationships with 3 guys that's gonna hold you accountable. Because the moment that they get in your butt, you like, oh man, I ain't, bro, y'all, nah, forget y'all, bro. I ain't with this no more. So now you ain't trying to add no more value to the relationship. Now you're not being intentional anymore. And so I realized, bro, like, you know, when I'm facing any type of challenge, what I realize is that as long as I stay grateful, no matter what the season may look like patience is a part of it.
Yeah.
But in that process of me going through that and me being patient, I still got to be grateful, because it's like, yo, like, what is God, like, molding me into becoming in this lesson that I'm trying to learn, right? And becoming a better father, and becoming a better man, right? And becoming a better family man, a better brother, a better son, and different things like that, a better speaker, like a better businessman. Like, what are those things that he's trying to teach me? And so I learned, bro, like, patience is a part of it. That's a part of the journey. That's a part of who I am. That's a part of, you know, reaching my destiny. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, bro, patience means, hey, sometimes it's a little delayed.
Yeah.
So I had to understand that, and I had to really, like, navigate through that. You know what I'm saying? Even like earlier, right? Like, bro, I was getting frustrated and irritated. Like, let's be real, bro. Y'all know me. It's like Brad say, bro. I'm the glue that keep us together. But I wasn't the glue earlier, bro. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, come on, man. Like this ain't how it's supposed to go down. Like this ain't how it's supposed to work. Y'all know me. And I'm like, come on, bro. We ain't doing this, bro. I was finna be like, man, I ain't recording nothing today.
Yeah.
Why? Because I was irritated. I let my ego get the best of me. I let my emotions and my feelings get the best of me. Right?
Yeah.
But if I would have allowed that to take over me and not been patient, bro, then none of this would have transpired.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yo, like what do I need to learn from this? Do I need to learn how to communicate more effectively? Do I need to learn how to navigate my time better? Like what is God trying to show me? And so when I think of patience, bro, like, you know, for me, I'm always looking internally first. I ain't looking outwardly. I ain't blaming nobody else, because sometimes it ain't nobody else's fault. It's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to patience, bro, like that's what I learned from it, and that's what I take from it.
Man, listen, I love it, Lo. I love everything about it, man. Specifically that part about when you ask the question, like, what is it that I'm supposed to learn? Okay, God, what is you teaching me? You know what I mean? Or what are you teaching me, for those of you who want to say it correctly? Because I did just say, what is you teaching me? You know what I mean? But you get what I'm saying. A lot of us, we get into situations and it's the impatience, right? It's the impatience that causes us to get frustrated, which causes the situation to turn out worse. You get what I'm saying? But here's something interesting, because you have to be aware. Remember, I said that this patience sounds a lot like self-control, being able to hold it together, even though it's frustrating. Like you were very vulnerable and transparent, Logan, when you talked about your frustration when we were trying to get everything in order before getting on this episode. Now, because of you being self-aware, right? Because of you being aware of where you are, who you are, you was like, okay, I'm in a place where I'm usually the glue that holds us together, but I ain't real sticky right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not myself right now. I'm not grounded. I'm not rooted. Okay, what is it that you are trying to teach me? What is it that I'm needing to learn right now? What is it that I'm missing that's allowing me to stay in this place of frustration and impatience, right? Because we had a specific flow of things, we had a specific plan and a specific schedule. However, we know, guys, that in this life, things don't always work out the way they do on your schedule, right? You can't just take that piece of paper and apply it to your life. So I'm glad you pointed out that question, Logan. That's what I want to highlight. What is it that you want me to learn from this delay or this struggle or this suffering or this obstacle or this situation? You feel what I'm saying? And it's hard, because for me, I struggle with patience. My mama told me not too long ago, bro. She said, I'm proud of you because your patience has come a long way. She said, you used to didn't have any patience, any at all. You see what I'm saying? But even I'm growing through that, right? I'm growing through that. Now, Brad, I want to ask you, right? Specifically, we done heard from Cornelius. We done heard from Logan. I've dibbled and dabbled in it myself, but you just been sitting over there waiting. Watch this, patiently. My bro, you've been sitting over there waiting patiently, and I couldn't have put that together if I tried. Like, that had to happen divinely, right? Because you literally have been sitting there personifying patience, right, throughout this whole process. Mellow head, you chilling. Now it's your turn. Flame on.
Yeah. So, all right. So with this whole topic of patience, it's also something that I struggle with. I feel like even today, as a grown man, I still, in a sense, struggle with my patience. So I'm constantly trying to remind myself that something being delayed isn't a bad thing. For some people, they'll look at a situation as I'm being held back, when really what it's doing, you might actually be being protected from something. You don't realize that, whether, it could be God, your family, friends, whatever, they might know you better than you know yourself in that moment, because you're emotional. And when you're emotional, you don't act accordingly. So there are certain times where it's like, yo, you don't need to act right now. You don't need to speak right now. You don't need to be doing anything right now aside from being still. There's a song that I have like on repeat, and I've just been listening to it over and over and over again. And it's funny how that song that I've been listening to has kind of led up to this moment. And the artist, his name is I hope I'm saying this correctly, Galante Gavin. Songs Peace Be Still.
Won't you sing something then?
yeah, right. Peace Be Still, right? No, y'all can go to YouTube and y'all can hear Galante say it, because that boy nice with it. And I just kept listening to that song over and over and over again. I couldn't really, figure out why it was hitting me the way it was hitting me, but it was just like, yo, it's because, Brad, you have to get to the point where you realize that. And one of my coaches told me a long time ago, they said, Brad, being fast can actually be a hindrance. Like I'm a pretty fast dude. Like when I played football and everything like that, the fastest 40 I ever ran was a 4.38 hand time, junior Olympic times. Like don't do it. I used to race anybody and win money. It wasn't a problem. But the problem is, if you even check with some of the cats in the NFL, being real fast, that's cool. But the best receivers and the best corners in the NFL are not the ones who can accelerate and get to their top speed the fastest. They're the ones who can actually stop the fastest. Because they can stop, they can break, they can turn and move in another direction. Sometimes you're being called to slow down, to pivot, to halt, to be still, because it might be another direction that you're supposed to be going in. So, and me thinking deeper about that, it led me to, think about it in totality and like the cycle of seasons. And I told y'all about this before. I was thinking about the cycle of seasons, and that cycle of seasons has brought me to patience being one that falls into the category of the season winter. Winter being the time of rest. You're thinking to yourself that you have to stop, or you're being forced to be halted, and you're not doing anything. You're not being productive. You're not moving. You're not making anything happen. And you think that's happening as a hindrance. And really what's happening at that moment is God or life itself is telling you need rest. You need time to come to yourself. Even if biblically, if you look in the story of the prodigal son, the reason why he got to the point where he came to himself when he was in the pig pen was because he had a moment to rest. He was in the pig pen and he had a moment to stop. Everything stopped for him. And then he came to himself and realized, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not myself right now. Somebody get this man a Snickers. You feel me? Yeah. So when that happened, then he was able to recalibrate. And if you even think about biblically, when you talk about the 10 Commandments, it says, keep the Sabbath holy. The Sabbath was not created because of the fact that, God needed it. It was created because we need it. It's created because God had us in mind when we were created, when he created us. He said, I know my people will overwork. I know my people will do too much. I know my people will strive and stretch themselves trying to attain money and cars and clothes and jewelry and accolades and all these different things. But if I have to step in, I will, to make you peace be still. And all God has to say is peace be still, and everything stops. So, I'm just going to take you through the seasons real quick. So that's the first one, right? Winter, that is the rest area where you just need to learn to stop. That's the patience you need to learn. But if you do that, if you rest, and you recalculate and get yourself together, it opens doors. It opens other opportunities. So then that takes you to the next season, which is spring. That's emergence. Spring is the emergence. When you've had the time to actually stop, be patient, think things through, now you have different ideas. Now you have different ways to pivot and adjust. And now you have the ability to emerge and do things in a different way. It even says that biblically, God is doing a new thing. That can't happen if you don't rest. You don't have the energy. So now you can shift over to spring where you can actually emerge. And then after you have that emerging process, then you hit the next season, which is summer. And summer is abundance. Summer is when you have that abundance, where it's that the sun is always shining, things are always going. But you're like, okay, I want to be outside. I got the energy. I got the sun rays are on me. I'm getting that vitamin D. I'm ready to go. I get whatever y'all want. Y'all want to go to the park? We can go to the park. Yeah, y'all want to go over here? Y'all want to go to the beach? Which I want. In the summertime, everybody trying to do everything. You got more energy in the summertime than you got for any of the other seasons, because you see everybody outside, everybody moving and shaking. Now you want to do stuff too, right? And then that brings us to the last season, which is fall, because after the abundance, it's time for a shedding.
Come on now.
Fall is time for shedding.
Yeah.
Because even if it's a good thing, you might have to let that go so that you can attain great. So you got to go through the shedding process and let some of that things go. And guess what? Then the cycle starts all over again. It never stops. It's an ongoing cycle and brings you right back to what? Rest, patience. So that's the cycle. I just wanted to break that down for y'all real quick. And just let y'all know that whichever one of those seasons that you're in right now, if you do happen to be in that patience cycle, that rest cycle right now, it's for a reason. And there's something coming that's going to help to take you to the next level. But I need you to take that whole situation in as far as resting and being patient and learn what you need to learn, absorb what you need to absorb. Take a moment to just say, God, I'm still and I'm listening to you right now. What would you have me learn? What would you have me do? And watch how that shift happens for you. Because what you don't want to happen is for you to get stuck in the rest season, and it's supposed to be your emergent season.
See, look, man, like I'm probably making weird facial expressions, man, because the chemicals are just popping off in my brain, man. The electricity is flowing. You got so many things jumping because you said so much, you unlocked so much, you dropped so much. But one thing you talked about when you went through those seasons, Brad, you broke down the fall, and the transition was flawless in my opinion, because when it starts falling, when fall comes in, something has to shed. But while something is shed, that's a time period where you have to be patient, right? You have to be patient because you have to shed off that is unnecessary, right? That is dying away, that is withering, right? So there's a moment of patience you have to take right there. So and then you also broke down the part about the summer when you was talking about the flourishing and everybody's happy and everybody's laughing. So listen, you got to know which season you're in, right? You got to know which season you're in. You got to know where you're operating, right? And you have to be willing to make the adjustments, right? So as we talking about this thing, patience, I want to move over to Cornelius, right? Because you jumped us off, but as Brad had to do, you had to be patient, but now it's come right back around to you. So we done heard from everybody around the table. We've talked about personally what we've experienced, right? Now, Cornelius, what you got right now?
Man, I want to touch bases on it because, like, I think that we got to be careful too, right? We got to be careful that we don't mistake patience for procrastination.
Yeah.
Because like some of us, like we trick ourselves and fool ourselves and tell ourselves that we being patient. We really just procrastinate. And procrastination is just the arrogant assumption that God owes you more time to do tomorrow what he gave you time to do today.
Hold up. Don't you dare say another word. Don't you do that. You better stop. Cut that out right now. Ain't nobody told you to come in here doing that, man. You better run that back for the people in the back, and you got to do it one more time for the ones who ain't trying to hear that, boy. What you say?
Listen, procrastination is just the arrogant assumption that God owes you more time to do tomorrow what he's already giving you time to do today. Right? Man. So a lot of times, like we mistake patience for procrastination. And like your life is the sum total of the things that you've done in your past. So we got to always be working. So even while we being patient, we got to still be able to see the vision. We still got to be able to, imagine, like everything that's created, it was once imagined. So like, even while we being patient, we still got to be working. We still got to be doing something, right? Because like, it's just, I just don't want people to get caught and misunderstand what we're saying, because like there's some people that can get lost in patience. There's some people that can lose years of like where they supposed to be going and say, "Oh, I'm just being patient," right? Like let's not lose that. So like I want people to understand that just because you're being patient, you still need to be working, and you need to have a vision for where you're going. Some would call it a destination.
Yeah.
Right. And if you don't have a destination, you just joyride. You know what I'm saying? Like you just out here wasting gas. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people they ain't got no destination. They ain't got no vision. They ain't got no clear path on where they going. So they just out here joyride.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? You was out here, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing, having a blast, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a destination, you know where you're going. You're going somewhere. And even if I get lost, I can use my GPS, my God-given purpose for success.
Come on with that, man. Run that one more time. Run that back, man. Don't make me do that. Come on with it.
You know, I just want to, you know what I'm saying, make sure they getting it, because like I don't want them to get lost in procrastination, but I want them to be able to have a plan, get a destination. And even if you get lost on your destination, you can use your GPS to get back on track, your God-given purpose for success, your God-given potential for success. Like it's just, I just want people to understand that along with patience, like you got responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's responsibility that come along with being patient. Like I don't want you guys just out here winging this thing. I want you guys to cause we ain't winging it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like before we got on, like we was talking for like 30 minutes about how we can be better.
Yes, sir.
While we was being patient and waiting for Logan to get his stuff together, like we was still putting stuff, like we still trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Like we still was getting better.
In real time. It was happening in real time. Like it didn't happen last week. It happened right now, right in front of you. Right in front of you. We went through the process.
Bro, we was waiting on Logan, and I think I convinced y'all to double y'all prices. Like we was working. Absolutely. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we was working the whole time. Like we wasn't like just idle minds. Like we wasn't just sitting there just chill. Like we was being patient, but we wouldn't procrastinate. Like, what are we doing right now? How's it going? Like, is it working? Like, how do you feel? Are you getting crazy feedback? Okay, I think it's time to double up.
Come on, man. Come on.
Our numbers.
Hey, you got to stay right there, because I got to point this out, fellas. You got to stay right there, right? Like, so we got one definition. So, you know, I was checking in with my partner Google again, and because he hit me and he told me something else. He said there's another definition. There's a twist in the plot right quick, right? So you was talking about the fact that we were having to be patient while we were waiting for Logan to go through his process so that he can get to his destination, right? So that he can get together what he needed for us to be where we are right now. But the other definition for Google on patience, gentlemen, is the ability to wait, right? It's the ability to wait, right? Hold your position, or to continue doing something despite difficulties.
Come on.
Right? To continue doing something despite difficulties. And Cornelius, you keep talking about the work that we were putting in, because in spite of the difficulties, fellas, in spite of the difficulties, guess what? It says we could have, or let me finish this definition, or to suffer without complaining or becoming annoyed. Now, we could have been like, look, man, it's late night. We were supposed to be on at this time. We could have got annoyed. We could have got frustrated, right? We could have gotten aggravated, but right, there was something, right, about the ability that we had to continue doing something in spite of the difficulty. You get what I'm saying? So you broke down some information to us. We received some information while Logan was doing something by way of traveling to his destination to get to this location, right? We were doing something, and the result was, you know what? We should double our prices. You get what I'm saying? We were doing the work, even though the time was difficult. That's all I'm saying. We were doing the work. Logan, how you feeling right now? What's up with it, man? What's up with it? We'll get our brother Brad back in a moment. Ooh, look, it's something about the power of the word. I just said we'll get him back in a moment, and boom, just like that, he right back off in here. Come on with it, Logan. We talking about doing the work. We talking about being patient in difficult times. We talking about not being annoyed, not being frustrated, not being taken aback by situations when they work out or when they stumble in front of us. What we talking about?
Man, you know, y'all, I mean, Corn and Brad, they both said something very, very, very profound that I think a lot of people missed. Brad talked about seasons. And when I think about seasons, it's necessary. It's essential, right? Like he talked about seasons. And what I realized, bro, is that when it comes with seasons, that's where you meet the most resistance with people, because most people don't like change.
Come on. Come on.
Don't start nothing, man.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
Most people don't like change.
Mm.
That's exactly why you get people that say, what's your favorite season? Oh, summer's my favorite season. They go all out during the summer. But when the fall comes, I hate the fall. I hate this. I can't stand this. I can't da-da-da-da-da. The leaves change and I hate it. But what they don't realize is that it's necessary. It's essential. Because now you're going into a different season of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's essential for your destiny and what God has called you to do. Right? Like he made the seasons. God made the world off of change.
Mm-hmm.
So why we be so reluctant and so resistant to it?
Mm-hmm.
Why is there so much resistance to change? We change our whole lives, right? Like at one point in time, bro, we were all babies. We didn't know how to walk or anything. Somebody had to pick us up. After that, you start crawling, right? You start getting a little inquisitive. You start looking at stuff. Oh, there's a toy across the room. Let me crawl to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you start walking. And then when your mom or your dad start beating your butt, you like, okay, maybe I can move these legs a little bit faster. Right? And we start running.
Yeah.
I know for me, like the moment I realized I can run, bro, from my grandmama, it was a wrap. Right?
Yeah.
And so, bro, I'm realizing, like, when we talk about patience, bro, like change, like you gotta be okay with change if you're gonna be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Corn said, bro, he said procrastination, bro. Like, it's funny he said that because I was like, oh, bro, I wrote that like some months ago, and I was just thinking about that. And I was like, bro, like a lot of people procrastinate, bro, because you think like, oh, I got all the time in the world.
Mm.
And that's an insult to God. Right? He talked about the GPS system, bro. Like, what most people don't realize is, bro, is that the GPS systems get you exactly and precisely to the destination that you need to. Right? And it gets you there at a certain time. Listen, check out where I'm finna go with this. It gets you there at a certain time, bro. Right? So if I'm coming to Atlanta, I'm coming to your house, DeMont, right? Mm-hmm. It's gonna tell me I'm gonna get there at 11:47.
Yeah.
Right? If I get off of that, bro, if I take a detour, it's gonna add some time to it.
That's right.
Come on.
Yeah,
I love it. Let's get it.
If I get distracted,
yeah, that's it.
It's gonna take me a little bit longer to get to my destiny.
That's right.
And where most people trip up is that they focus on the distraction instead of focusing on the outcome and where you gotta go.
Mm.
It's telling me, oh, it's gonna take me an hour and a half to get to DeMont's house. Why am I getting distracted on, oh, there's traffic. Oh, there's this person over here trying to get some change from me. Oh, there's this person telling me I need to take this route because it's 5 minutes quicker. Right? Like, why not just focus on what the GPS says? The GPS tells me to drive 20 miles and take a right. Let me drive these 20 miles and take a right. But because I'm so impatient.
There you go. Come on.
Because I'm so impatient, bro. Because I get distracted by the pebble in my shoe. Right? Because I get distracted of like, oh, well, I'm stuck in traffic for the next 30 minutes. Not realizing that that's calculated in my GPS.
Already figured it out.
Already figured out.
Yeah.
And so, bro, I think people really need to understand, bro, like when we talk about this patience thing, bro, like you got to understand that whatever season that you in, like, bro, it's already calculated.
Already calculated.
The time, the moment, when it's going to happen, when you're going to get your breakthrough, what distractions are going to pop up, what pebbles are going to pop up, what delays are going to happen. right? And I think, bro, like once we realize, like, oh, okay, this is a part of the journey, and accept that, and learn, like, okay, let me be patient. Like it's like Brad said, like, bro, the wintertime, that's your season of rest. Like, bro, why you trying to grow your harvest in the wintertime?
Come on, bro.
Like, bro, I'm confused, bro. Like, what grows in the wintertime, bro? Like, in the wintertime, that's when everything is falling off and it's pruning.
Right. Resting. Come on, man.
You feel me, bro? Like,
Yeah.
Bears ain't out hunting in the wintertime, bro. They hibernating.
Yeah. They timing off. You're timing off. Come on with it, man.
Feel me, bro? Like, bro,
Yeah.
like that's where people mess up at, bro. You trying to reach your destiny in the wrong season.
Hold up, Logan. Hold up. That disturbs something.
Y'all done got me started, bro.
Come on, man. Hold up. Don't hurt nobody, Logan.
And twist that kill this back.
Bro, turn me on, bro. Turn me up, bro.
Logan, you said we trying to get to our destination in the wrong season, and that disturbs something. And that's the reason why we impatient, Logan, because we upset because we ain't got what we supposed or we thought we supposed to have in the moment in time. We think we supposed to have it, but we not even realizing that it's not even the proper season. We in the wrong season. Go ahead, Logan. Go ahead.
Bro, it's like it's like this, bro. It's like a sharecropper, bro. Like, bro, it's like a sharecropper, bro. When a sharecropper sows a seed, bro, it goes through different stages before it sprouts up. If I sow corn, bro, I know corn is going to come from this seed. Why am I hoping for green beans and tomatoes? Wrong season.
Wrong season. Wrong seed and season. Yeah.
You feel me, bro? Like if I'm supposed to be in a season of love, bro, why am I spewing out hate?
Come on, bro.
It's called seed time and harvest. You sow the seed.
There you go.
It's gonna take time for it to harvest.
Have a little time.
And when you're in your time season, that's where you're working on your patience. But where most people mess up at is they think the same day I sow the seed is the same day I'm supposed to reap the harvest, but it don't work like that.
Come on, Lo. Come on, man. Come on.
So I think, bro, like people really gotta understand, like, bro, when you are patient, bro, when you're working on patience, you're gonna go through frustrations. You're gonna go through where you're annoyed. You're gonna go through those different seasons, bro. But you still gotta be patient, right? Like, bro, when me, my kids, my aunt, and my grandmother caught COVID, bro, like I had to learn to be patient because I realized I ain't the doctor. Right? I realized that, okay, God, like, what is it that you're trying to get me to see?
That's that question again.
Come on.
Right?
Yeah.
When my grandmother's house got hit by a tornado, bro, and we lost it and we lost everything. Like, bro, like God, like, what you trying to teach me? Right? It's a season, bro.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I look at it like this. When I sowed the seeds that I sown right before the tornado even came to fruition, bro, because of the seeds that I sown when the tornado hit our house and we lost everything, there were certain people in the community that looked out for me.
Wow.
Harvest.
Come on, man.
After the storm.
After the storm, right from the seed that was planted before the storm. The seed was planted before the storm. Right. Then there was a process of time that took place. And then after the storm, the harvest came because it was in the right season in time. But you had to be patient.
Because he had already tapped into his GPS. He already tapped into his God-given success. Like he had already tapped into it.
Yeah.
See, when Logan already tapped into his God-given God-given potential for success, he had already sowed them seeds because he already knew what potential God had already put in it. Yeah. See, a lot of people get off of the GPS and they think that they got a better route when God already given them the potential.
When they distracted, though. Come on, man.
Hey, God already given them. Hey, Corn, you know what happened? This is what they do, bro. You know how when you go, you driving, bro, and you go to a place you ain't got no service.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm talking about, bro? You ever notice, bro? You ever notice the GPS still work? Why? Because it already calculated everything.
It already seen the route.
Because you get irritated, bro, because you ain't got no service. You stop it.
No, need you out of there. It can't reload.
It can't reload, bro.
Look.
Listen, I told, bro, y'all turned me up, bro. I told you.
I thought we were gonna chill tonight. I thought we were just gonna take it at a normal pace, man. You know what I'm saying? But
then somebody because it ain't got no service, bro. You get frustrated because you ain't got no service.
Come on, man.
But the GPS already calculated everything, bro. So when you go to that part of the city where you ain't got no service, it's already been calculated.
Already calculated.
All right, bro. I'm gonna bring us home because y'all have gotten extremely excited.
Listen, man,
we finna ride this thing up.
Jeremiah said it's just like fire up in my bones. Is what he said.
Listen, it's cool. Listen, I'm gonna say this. Right, I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna have our finishing thoughts and everything like that. Don't ask me to say no more after this.
Look, I got you. We knew that before we started, huh, dude?
Yeah,
we already knew that.
So here it is. The reason why there's so many people who are struggling with patience is because you know very well that with the time that you were given, that God gave you, you tricked off majority of that time. Ooh. And now you're trying to get back those blessings that you believe that you lost, but that's not how God works. So here we go. I figured I'd give y'all an illustration. I told y'all, I said I'm gonna give y'all this, and then we add here. I figured I'd give you an illustration. I just wanted to write it down. Here you go. Yeah. Little illustration. Let me know if y'all can see it.
We can see it. We can see it.
Okay, cool. So this first line up here, this line going straight from here to here, that's your life, right? That is your life. And can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Cool. If this is your life going from here to here, straight across.
Yeah.
If you follow everything that God has told you to do from beginning all the way to end, you will receive all those blessings from here all the way through. You good, right?
Right.
But 9 times out of 10, this is what we do.
Let's go.
We are here, and then somewhere along the line, we get off track. And now we living in sin. We doing all types of crazy stuff. We done lost and disconnected with God, all that crazy stuff like that. And then somewhere along the line, we get back on track. And then we end up here, right? And that's where it ends at. What people get misconstrued is they believe that up here equals you get all your blessings, everything goes good, and you good to go. Cool, right? And you think that over here, this is a bad life. Your life is going to be terrible. No, that's not what it means. What it means is you got off track. And then you found your way back to God when you got here, right? And then it ends. But what people don't realize is that all the blessings that you would have got here, you still can get here if you get back on track.
Yeah.
So all it means is up here, you would have got all those blessings going through. But here, when you get back on track, and you devote yourself to God and you become patient and you're like, yep, I got it. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I repent. This, that, and the other. God, I'm all yours. So whatever time that you had left from here to here, you can still get all the blessings that you would have got up here, right here, because God ain't never lied. God ain't never told a lie. If he promised you something, he going to give it to you. But all he needs you to do is be patient with him long enough for him to know that you're ready to receive all the blessings. So the problem is, you don't have a patience problem. You have a problem with yourself. You have a problem with forgiving yourself. So that's why you're in such a rush. You're in such a hurry to try to get these blessings, get all these things that happen because you feel like you wasted so much time. Now it's like, I got to get it back. I got to do this. I got to do that. Nah, just be patient. And you're going to get everything that's owed to you.
Very well said, man. I like that illustration. I just feel like my man, because he done had his finger up, patiently waiting. I feel like it's something in his spirit. Go ahead, Logan. Fire off. Let it off.
Hey, Brad, put that picture back up for 1 second.
Yeah.
So the gap. Let's talk about the gap first, bro. The gap.
Come on.
Where you said if I listen to everything that God said at the top, I would get all the blessings, right? And a lot of times we're gonna say that gap. That's the ego and our emotions.
Yeah.
Not realizing, bro. Not because we're not being patient. Oh, bro, God, thank you. Because we are not being patient, bro. The gap is grace.
Come on, man. Hold up.
Bro, y'all, man, bro, that gap, bro, is grace.
Wow.
And you still get the blessing, bro. You still get the blessing, right? Because his word will never, he told us he will never leave us nor forsake us, right? It's like when he told Peter, bro. Oh, God, thank you. It's like when he told Peter, bro, to come out the boat, bro. He told Peter to come out the boat because he wanted to see if he was committed.
Mm-hmm.
And when you committed to something, bro, we talked about this.
Definitely.
When you committed, bro, it don't matter where you at, what you doing, what's happening, what season you in, what you facing in life. It don't matter whatever happens, bro. When you committed,
yeah,
it always, bro, it always comes to the top of the crop. And bro, that gap, bro, when you said you was like, bro, because people try to do it their own way and everything, immediately what came to my mind was grace, which also patience can funnel down in that. But I got to remove my ego and I got to remove my emotions.
Yeah.
Because I can't get angry when it's delayed. And it's not, and we don't know, right? And we don't know as human beings, like we don't know how long it's going to be delayed,
right?
Because God might be testing our patience. Oh, Brad, you said you want this. Okay, let's find out. Oh, Demont, you said you wanted to work on this. Okay, let's find out. Oh, Corn, you said you wanted to do X, Y, and Z in 6 months. I'm gonna extend it for 16 months.
Mm-hmm.
Patience.
That's heavy. Listen, man. It's something said about that patience, man, and that process of going through it. Look, man, final thoughts. Cornelius, where you at with it? Final thoughts.
I just want to, make sure people be patient, with their GPS. I keep going back to that, that your God-given potential for success, right? You got to learn how to be patient for that. Like a lot of people get caught looking at somebody else's God-given potential for success. You get caught looking at somebody else's GPS, looking at their blue line, right? And then you find yourself comparing yourself to them. Comparing yourself to, what your gifts are to their gifts are. Brad was talking about it before we jumped on live, like how all of our styles are different. How we in so many different lanes that now he can see the vision on, like he not looking at ours like, oh, I need to do that. He looking at it like, bro, we're gonna be so powerful when we come together because their GPS is different from mine. Right. And so when you start comparing yourself to other people, like you've hit rock bottom. Like, like that's when you gotta know at that point you've hit rock bottom. You stop looking at your GPS and you start looking at somebody else's. You hit rock bottom and now you delirious. So so now your patience is gone. Now you trying to hurry up and do something because you don't feel like nothing working because you ain't on your GPS no more. So we need you to hold that patience and hold that line and stay true to who you are. Stay true to your GPS. What God has put in you is for you. And can't nobody take that from you. So you got to be patient, not compare, and just figure out how your gift could be best the best use of your gifts, and have that delayed gratification and keep doing the work. Like the work of today will set up the blessings of tomorrow. That's what delayed gratification is. But you got to do the work today, and you got to operate within your GPS. I can't operate within Brad's GPS.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't gonna do nothing for me. It's Brad's.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So just be patient with your God-given gifts. And man, I think that the world is, whatever you want it to be, as long as you stay patient with whatever God given you.
I love it, man. Stay patient with whatever God giving you, man. Brad, any final thoughts?
I think I said it earlier. Man, hurry up and wait. The sooner you get comfortable with being patient and understanding that, you know, your opportunity, your time is coming. It's coming. Like, just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, keep sowing your seeds. Like, keep till the land. You know, make sure you're on fertile ground. Like, do what you're supposed to do. Make sure you have proper crops, you know, for the season. Like, do what you're supposed to do, and your season will come. Your time for harvest will come in due time. But you got to learn to hurry up and wait. The sooner you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, bro, you'll realize when those situations come in your life, and you'll be able to pick it out and pinpoint and be like, yo, okay, I'm supposed to be patient here. This is my time to rest. This is my time to think and recalibrate. Like, I've probably been going 1,000,000 miles an hour, and this is a sign that, you know, before I break down, before I get out of control and lose control over everything I've built, I need to just chill for a minute and just rest and hibernate and get myself together, and other doors will, you know, open for me. But I got to take care and preserve what I currently have. So just be patient. Your time is coming. Hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait. Logan, final thoughts, King.
Man, my final thought would be to work on your interpersonal patience. That's what that is relationships with people, right? And so what I would suggest or challenge people with is to work on their patience with their relationships with people, to help you become more empathetic, as well as having, you know, a stronger and more keen sense of emotional intelligence. So that's what I want to challenge people with. And man, I'm just grateful, bro. I love y'all, bro. Like, I'm just grateful, dude. So that's what I want to challenge people with, and that's my final words. So love y'all.
For sure, bro. We love you back, man. My final thoughts is simply this, man. Keep doing the work. Continue doing the work despite the difficulties, right? I heard it said before, a wise person says success is not made in the money. Maybe your version of success may just be joy, peace, happiness, fulfillment. But the success is actually made in the mundane. It's the small, tedious, day-to-day things that you have to do consistently that brings about that desired result. So enjoy the process, like Brad said. Be patient as you hurry up and wait. Don't forget about that GPS system. Also, make sure you always be grateful and aware. Listen, man, ain't nothing else that can be said. You tuned in to the Live in Purpose podcast. We want to thank you for tuning in. We want to let you know we'll be right back next week. You already know who it is. We got Brad Butler II, aka B-Rad the Great. You already know we got Cornelius Shackelford, a.k.a. Cornelius, the CEO. And then we got Logan Taylor, a.k.a. YB Normal, when you can be extraordinary. And in case you ain't know, or in case you forgot, I'm your big bro, DeMont Pope, a.k.a. Mr. Purpose Over Pointless Excuses. And we are the Fantastic Force. We'll see y'all next week. Yeah.